A very good evening. You're watching India Today with me, Nabila Jamal. Our top focus here, the battle royale for Bengal heats up. Nandigram seat, Suvendu Adhikari will now be fighting Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. The battle is on as Mamata is also now all set to contest from the Nandigram seat against her own former Lieutenant Suvendu Adhikari. Will Mamata Banerjee be able to save her fort this time, or Suvendu's safe seat will ditch Didi? Let's take a listen at this report.
Trinamool Congress জন্মদিনেও তোমরা ছিলে না।
The battle is on. BJP says Khela hobe in Nandigram as it announces Suvendu Adhikari's name to take on his former boss and Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee in his stronghold. This comes just a day after Mamata did the same.
नंदीग्राम से श्री सुवेंदु अधिकारी जो पहले टीएमसी सरकार में मंत्री भी थे, वो वहां से नंदीग्राम से चुनाव लड़ेंगी। पार्टी ने उनको प्रत्याशी बनाया है।
আমি নন্দীগ্রামেই লড়ছি। আমি যখন কথা দিই কথা রাখি।
এত সহজ নয়।
The battle for Nandigram will be key to who wins the war in Bengal.
খেলা হবে, দেখা হবে, জেতা হবে। ঠিক আছে? খেলেंगे, लड़ेंगे, जीतेंगे।
ওয়াশিং পাউডার ভাজপা।
Mamata has left her safe seat of Bhawanipur to test her popularity in a place from where the TMC began its journey to power. After a gap of 14 years, Didi is once again seeking Nandigram support, but this time there's much more at stake.
সেই টাকা রক্ষিত করার জন্য
It's a fight for political ego as well. It's a prestige battle. Nandigram is seen as Shubhendu's stronghold. He is credited with scripting Mamata and the TMC's political victories from here. A popular leader, he won the seat with 60% of the votes in 2016. And Mamata's former aide sounded confident of repeating his success in the BJP.
আমি নন্দীগ্রামে মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়কে হারাবো। আপনারা নিশ্চিত থাকুন, হারাবো আমি।
A claim he had made earlier as well.
হাফ লাখ ভোটে যদি মাননীয়াকে হারাতে না পারি, আমি রাজনীতি ছেড়ে দেব। আমি রাজনীতি ছেড়ে দেব।
Mamata will be filing her nomination on the 10th of March on the eve of Mahashivratri. But TMC began preparing for the mega contest much in advance. A house has already been identified, which Mamata will use as a base when in Nandigram.
Now, this particular house, we just give you a little tour. The walls have been painted. This is the living room. A small meeting area has been done over here so that she can speak and conduct her meetings.
Didi's images loom large over Nandigram in wall graffitis and hoardings. But will Nandigram abandon its favorite beta for Bengal ki beti? The jury is still out on that, but the game is now truly on. With Suryagni Roy in Nandigram, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let me cut across to our panelists. Joining us, Shishir Bajoria, BJP spokesperson, Dr. Shashi Panja, TMC spokesperson and Bengal minister. I'd like to ask Dr. Shashi Panja, here's the BJP pitting Suvendu Adhikari against your Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. It's with conviction that Suvendu says 200% he's going to ensure Mamata Banerjee's loss.
Well, actually, to put it very simply, for him the seat was safe when Mamata Banerjee was around with him. Now this seat is unsafe for him because Mamata Banerjee is not with him.
Well, he says that he is the one who ensured Mamata Banerjee's victory. He rallied with Mamata in 2007 to garner that kind of vote base for the TMC while they revolted against the left government on corruption at that point of time.
Nabila ji, in your small intro that you gave, you actually mentioned about the Nandigram, your reporter mentioned about the Nandigram agitation which was spearheaded by Mamata Banerjee. So she is the face of the Andolan which did the turnaround in Bengal. Many of us were with her, but still it was always Mamata Banerjee, always all along the line. And what else do you expect a contesting candidate against her to say? Obviously he's going to, kind of express his confidence.
But
he will have
this
to
is
swallow his own
some
words.
could say
He will have to swallow
speaking
his
of
own words.
confidence. Speaking of confidence, I'd like to ask Mr. Shishir here, is this overconfidence, Mr. Shishir? Suvendu Adhikari saying 200% I'm going to ensure Mamata Banerjee is defeated. He says whether I get a ticket or not from the BJP to stand in Nandigram against Mamata, I've already plotted her downfall. It seems like the man is coming here to fight against Mamata with a vengeance.
Well, let me announce on your channel that our ticket for this particular seat has been declared, and the BJP candidate from Nandigram is Suvendu Adhikari. So that is confirmed.
Right.
Number one. Number two, as far as confidence or overconfidence, the main issue is, Nabila ji, that Mamata Banerjee was scared of Bhawanipur. Bhawanipur is a seat which is synonymous with her. She has all along been there. That's where she lives, and that's where her political career has been. Now, she ditched this seat for only one reason, because she saw the writing on the wall that she could not hold back the seat. When the chief minister's party trails her own ward where she lives, it can't be worse than that. So she thought that she will go for the safe seat of Nandigram, because she thought that that's where she's got a big lead. And there's a much bigger, sizable minority population, minority vote than in Bhawanipur. She must have thought in her calculation that BJP will not pitch Suvendu. Suvendu has been pitched. Nobody will ever believe that a sitting chief minister for 2 terms is going to be a challenger. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible. It's not done. Challenger comes from outside. Challenger is the opposition. The chief minister does not go around the state challenging others. She has basically run away. In Hindi, let me use the term, run chhod from Bhawanipur. The people
All right, let me take that to Dr. Shashi here. Dr. Shashi, Mamata Banerjee, as much as it looks like she's so confident to fight Suvendu Adhikari in his own term, it looks like she's taking on the challenge. She's challenging the BJP right at their doorstep. But as per the BJP, they claim that Mamata Banerjee is scared that she might not win in Bhawanipur. In fact, her insider-outsider debate might just backfire because there's a huge Hindi-speaking population in Bhawanipur, is what we believe.
No, not really. Mamata Banerjee has a very broad outlook, and it does not, like the divide amongst languages and religions. It's not like that. Now, the point is BJP is having to backtrack each time. First, the challenge was there from their side that let her contest from Nandigram. So, of course, she said, yes, I will contest from Nandigram. Then the BJP backtracked. They said, then why is she contesting from 2 seats, Nandigram and Bhawanipur? Then she said, okay, I'm doing it from Nandigram. Now BJP is again backtracking and saying, look, she ran away from Bhawanipur. And then she said, and then they started to say she's going to give it to somebody of her family. Ultimately, it's been given to a veteran colleague. So each time they are backtracking on what they said, and that's so unfortunate. They don't know how to find a recluse from it.
Dr.
There's
Shashi,
no way they can rescue themselves.
There's absolutely no option, which is why you're... Dr. Shashi, your take on that. You have nothing to say, you have nothing to pick on. So each time Mamata Banerjee comes up with a move, you are hitting out at her with various other reasons. But the fact is that she is a real threat here to Suvendu Adhikari. She's a tall leader. She's a heavyweight in compared to Suvendu Adhikari, undoubtedly. Suvendu Adhikari has scripted his political history with the TMC. Do you really still feel that Suvendu Adhikari is fit enough to fight Mamata?
Nabila ji, you are asking me or Shashi ji?
You, sir.
Okay. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's very clear. What Shashi ji says, I was very, very intently hearing her. So, it is a fact, if what Shashi ji says, she's admitting that Mamata Banerjee was dancing to the tune of BJP. Excellent. If that be the case, I feel great that we are now even setting the tone of the Trinamool, big leader of Trinamool, the #1 leader of Trinamool, is also the chief minister for 2 terms. It shows how scared she is, #1. Number 2,
does it?
When we talk about starting a career of work, everybody knows that it is the Adhikari which routed the CPM from that entire area, and it's Shishir Adhikari ji who spearheaded this route. Mamata Banerjee, yes, it was Trinamool Congress. The banner was Trinamool Congress. The symbol was TMC. But Mamata Banerjee had nothing to do with that in that area.
All right. Dr. Shashi, would you believe that all the focus of the TMC is right now pinned on the Nandigram seat? You're so focused in ensuring Mamata Banerjee's victory here that you might just lose focus in the remaining 294 assembly constituencies, 293.
Not at all. Trinamool Congress is the first party to release its full list of candidates. 291 plus 3 is for the allies. 2. If BJP is so confident, why did they come out with their partial list? They came out with a partial list. If you were so confident about Suvendu, then why were you dilly-dallying? You should have announced much earlier. Ultimately, you came out with a partial list only. Then why did you come out with a full list? Then we would have understood you were trying to finalize the rest of the seats. That's why you did not declare Suvendu for Nandigram earlier. But ultimately, you came out with a partial list. It's they who lack the confidence, and obviously so. And obviously so they lack the confidence. And sorry to say, we do not dance to your tune. We dance. Do we dance? We work for the Mamati Manush. You cannot disclaim that even once. Yeah, it makes you laugh because you don't actually look after the Mamati Manush of India. India, Mamati Manush is looking after the central government. It is only a story of deprivation. You should be ashamed of yourselves that the farmers are now leaving Delhi and they are going to go to the 5 states and go to campaign no BJP. Imagine the Kisans. The Kisans are going to leave Delhi border and they're going to go to these 5 states to say no to BJP, no vote for BJP. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Kisan,
you have not looked after the Janata. You have not looked after the Kisans of the country. What are you talking about? Nandigram seat?
Madam, it is your party.
Mamata Banerjee is the candidate in 294 seats.
Of your chief minister, which
have to
has deprived
your candidate
lakhs
list
of
outside to Delhi, and from Delhi, the man who is announcing can barely announce the name of the constituencies. So nobody, there's no local leadership. Everything is imported out and then exported from outside. Just look at it. They have meetings in Panchstara Hotel. 5-star hotels, they have meeting in Calcutta, and the list travels by plane to New Delhi. So you have again Gujarat and the Bahiragatos, outsiders to decide.
Go on, Mr. Shishir, I'd like to ask you a question here. We're looking at the BJP still not declaring a chief ministerial face. Is Suvendu Adhikari going to be a chief ministerial face? In case he wins here, it's going to be a big feat for the BJP. Are you playing it safe by not declaring the remaining candidates in this assembly elections? Just 57 that you've presented. What's really the worry? TMC has already given out its list. Are you waiting for defection?
You have seen elections throughout the country. When has BJP declared a chief ministerial face in any state election, except if there's a sitting chief minister? Never. Was Raghubar Das ji our face? Was Madan Lal Khattar our face? Was Devendra Fadnavis our face? Was Sarwan Sonowal our face? Was Biplab Deva our face? No, we do not declare. That is why we are not.
One man, one nation.
On this question,
one man.
Yes, we have a very strong leader.
And you talk about dynastic politics. And you talk about dynastic politics.
Madam,
Dr. Shashi, the one man that you speak about seems to have worked in many other states, including Bihar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's slogan of double engine Sarkar seemed to have resonated with the people of Bihar. It worked.
Oh, we know what happened in Bihar in the dead of night.
It worked.
Yes. We won in the dead of night.
Yes, they are still challenging the EVM.
Nabila ji, can I complete my...
Go on, Mr. Bajoria.
Still in the challenge.
Hold her horses?
No. Yeah.
Can Dr. Shashi Panja be a little patient?
Go on, Mr. Bajoria.
Here the thing is, where she talks about dynasty, there is a aunt and there is a nephew. In Bangla, what we say, there's a Pishi, there's a Bhaipo. We don't have any Pishi and Bhaipo. We are not only the largest party in the country with the highest number of elected representatives in the country, we are the largest political party in the world. Obviously, we have a far bigger resource base and it will come from all over, because it's the first time all will see a lotus blooming. 200 lotuses blooming for the first time.
Dr. Shashi, over to you.
And as far as the
lotus blooms in mud. But look at the status of the party. Why did you say the largest party? You should say the richest party. Look at the richest
Dr. Shashi,
party.
I have a question for you though. Dr. Shashi, this is good. It's very difficult for the TMC right now with Mamata. Dr. Shashi, a quick word. As I barely have any time left in this debate, a quick word, Dr. Shashi. A quick word. We're looking at the TMC putting all its focus on the Nandigram seat to ensure Mamata Banerjee's victory. Many of the TMC members right now, MLAs who are currently sitting in their constituencies, have not been given tickets, and they have already, allegedly, as per the BJP, have approached the BJP saying that they want to join the party. How are you going to handle that kind of defection, if at all, even if the TMC comes to power?
It is the prerogative of the party to decide who will be the candidates. In our party, we are not above the party as a candidate. The party is above, and that's the principle and the discipline we maintain. Or is that the reason why BJP came out with a partial list? Are you waiting for defections? So you actually don't have candidates? You don't have a chief ministerial candidate. You don't have candidates.
All right, Dr. Shashi, a final question to you. Hypothetically, Mamata Banerjee does not win the Nandigram seat. Does that mean she's not going to be the chief ministerial face, if at all TMC otherwise does well and comes to power? And then who is?
There is no hypothesis. Mamata Banerjee, you should be at the ground, you know. Nabila ji, you will understand.
We have all our inputs coming in with our finest of reporters on ground, ma'am.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I'm saying, that Nandigram will be the place where they will catapult the hat-trick victory of Mamata Banerjee. And that's why Nandigram is all geared up. The Nandigram population.
All right. I'll take a last word, Mr. Bajoria. Go on.
The very point which you said, the hypothetical question, I congratulate your field reporters who have given you this feedback that you could form this question. And let me ask one question to my honorable opponent, Dr. Shashi Panja. I picked up a news in the media today. I do not stand by, but I'm asking you a question because it's a TMC news. A very, very tall leader of yours. He's a minister in your government. He's also a so-called administrator in, this communities. He had a withdraw in his own house. I believe his son-in-law has done bagawat against him. Is that news correct, Dr. Shashi?
All right. Mr. Bajoria, we're going to keep this for another conversation because I barely have the time and it seems like your audio is not the best here. But we got your point on both ends. It seems like a serious prestige battle, not just for the TMC but for the BJP here. Suvendu Adhikari has been pitted against Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of Bengal. On both ends, they seem mighty confident. It'll be quite interesting to see how this election pans out. Thank you very much, Dr. Shashi Panja, for joining us. Thank you, Shishir Bajoria, for giving us your updates. On that note, thank you very much. West Bengal elections in 8 phases. That begins on the 27th of March. We're going to continue tracking that and bringing you all the updates. Thank you for watching.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.